Hi, my name is Nur Izzati Mohd Rizal from RAS 2456P. My final year project title is Microplastics in Marine Ecosystem Water focusing on Asia, a review. Background of study. Marine water is a source of food for living and non-living organisms. Increase the production of plastic may increase the sources of microplastic. Plastic material have given a great deal of convenience to our daily life, but their inappropriate use will cause a slew of difficulty in a variety of industry. These larger pieces of plastic break down into smaller pieces and are eventually reduced to microplastic particles. Problem statement. First, presence of microplastic in water is solely due to human activities. Second, there is a lot of research on microplastic, but in this review, highlight the characteristics of microplastic that are widely found in Asia. Third, the association between anthropogenic activities and microplastic pollution in marine water is poorly understood. Lastly, microplastic can cause bad impact to human, marine species, water quality, and economic in Asia. Research questions. First, what are the present characteristics of microplastics discovered in Asia marine ecosystem? Second, what are anthropogenic activities in Asia and why they are linked to microplastic contamination in Asia marine ecosystem water? Third, what are microplastic societal consequences in Asia? Fourth, what are economic consequences could microplastic have in Asia? And lastly, what steps are being taken in Asia to address the microplastic issue? Objective of study. First, to review the present characteristics of microplastic discovered in Asia marine ecosystem. Second, to review anthropogenic activities in Asia and why they link to microplastic contamination in Asia marine ecosystem water. Third, to review on microplastic societal consequences in Asia. Fourth, to review on the economic consequences could microplastic have in Asia. Lastly, to review on the steps are being taken in Asia to address the microplastic issue. According to MERA 2021, mentions that microplastics are small plastic pieces less than 5 mm long which can be harmful to our ocean and aquatic life. It can divide by two categories: primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources is a tiny particle designed for commercial use, for example, clothing and fishing net. Secondary sources is particles that result from breakdown of larger plastic items, for example, water bottles. They have a few colors of microplastic that found in sample. According to figure 2.2 and 2.3, show blue and transparent color of microplastic that had found in Kelantan Bay. Transparent color of microplastic are the most found in water in Asia. Plastics are made from several different of polymer. Figure 2.4 show the percent of microplastic that had found in Malaysia. The highest percent of microplastic is polyethylene. This is caused by fishing activity near this area. From this review, can conclude that polyethylene and polypropylene are the most type of polymer that found in microplastic. According to Yang Wei et al. 2020, mentioned that the most shape of microplastic that found in water in Asia is fiber because from the fishing equipment and textile industry. Table 2.7 shows the particle size of microplastics in a few countries in Asia. Based on this table, majority size of microplastic between 1 mm to 5 mm. Microplastic with that size pose a significant risk of ingestion by marine animal. Wagner and Lambert 2018 state that microplastic size can be linked to microplastic sources. They have a few anthropogenic activities that cause of microplastic. For example, agricultural activities, industrial activities, transportation activities, and recreational activities. Kazemi et al. 2017 mentions that water is a critical input for agricultural production and plays an important role in food security. Water that contaminated with microplastic can give bad impact for agricultural health and quality of food. Pesticides from agriculture also can lead to causes of microplastic. Mentions that from Cahaya et al. 2019, textile industry are the main source of microplastic in Ciwalingkar River. Different detergents as well as the use of softener might affect the release of microplastic from textile fabric. Next, wood made from fiberglass and it can harmful to our marine life. Furthermore, generally basis that a parts of wood breakage can give negative environmental consequence. According to Suteja et al. 2021, microplastic from food packaging and bottle from tourism activity give bad impact to Benua Bay, Indonesia. There have 3 social impacts of microplastic that be highlighted in this review. First is water quality. Water quality influenced by a few variables. For example, BOD, temperature, and dissolved oxygen. Buono et al. 2021 mentions that when BOD number is high, it means that microplastic have contaminated the ocean's water. Temperature also affects the dispersion of microplastic. Second is impact on marine species. Aquatic life harmed by microplastic because marine species can ingest them, mistaking a microplastic as a food, and lastly die. Caroni et al. 2020 points that when marine species eat the microplastic, this can lead to endocrine disruptions, hepatitis disease, stress, and delay the ovulations. Third impact is injections of microplastic can give bad impact for human health when plastic absorbed in body. Curran et al. 2020 state that when microplastic absorbed in the spleen, brain, and it can lead to cancer for human. Figure 2.11 shows the economic impacts of microplastic in Asia. The industrial sector may suffer loss as a result of microplastic. Osman and Ahmad Kamarudin 2016 mentions that plastic pollution in the marine environment has a significant impacts that cause of lost tourism earning and can reduce number of beach goers. According to Cho et al. 2021, state that due to marine contamination on the beach, the island of Georgia in South Korea lost 27 millions in revenue. Tourists will pay in US dollar to hire a glass-bottom boat to witness marine life in all its glory, informs the author that they did not see a single fish since the water was so dirty. Malaysia government published the Malaysia Roadmap to Zero Single-Use Plastic 2018 until 2030. According to Ma et al. 2020, point that some Malaysian states started no plastic bag campaign. Thailand government state that beach cleanup can reduce microplastic. Business and Society 2020 points that fishing net can be recycled and repurposed into new item. Reduce physical and chemical fragmentation of larger plastic debris in coastal environment is one of the policy in Singapore. Thai and Babel 2020 state that reduced additive chemical during plastic production help to reduce microplastic. Control industrial waste also one of Indonesia policy. Liang et al. 2021 mentions that increased recycling promote plastic alternative to reduce plastic pollution. Single-use plastic be banned in coastal area, hotel and motel across the country in Bangladesh. Liang et al. 2021 points that only limited plastic have been recycled in Japan. As a conclusion, many transparent color of microplastic are detected in the marine water in Asia. Majority of microplastic size between 1 mm to 5 mm. Polypropylene and polyethylene are dominating type of polymer, and fiber is the most shape of identify microplastic. The most anthropogenic activities in Asia that lead to microplastic are fishing activity and industrial activities. The social impacts of microplastic are BOD concentration in water is high, can lead delay ovulation in marine species, and can cause cancer in human. The impact of economy is can reduce the number of tourists. Island in South Korea lost 37 million because of microplastic issue. Many countries in Asia give suggestion to start bleach cleaning and replace single-use plastic with reusable plastic. For recommendation, suggest to use the following term: fiber, fragment, film, granule and foam to harmonize inter-study comparisons. Definition and image of the various types of microplastic utilized in the study are required.